Hello everyone. Right, this is a rather quick and dirty video just to show you the few extra steps involved in building the nibbler for the Heltec T114. It's a little more fiddly because the GPS is squeezed in, but if you do the right steps, it's not that difficult. So, step one, really, you want to prep your GPS. So it comes with this little piece, which I call the hat. Take your GPS, you want your connector at that end, and then it's going to insert in. You want to try and keep it square, and then it will just click in. Then you want to slide this into the top of the case. Now you don't want to go all the way, because we have to get our connector in. Because it's a bit of a squeeze. So we want this one, and you want to try and orientate it like this so that the pins are towards the bottom, and then you want to try and slide them in here. It's difficult doing this from behind the camera. It's actually easier when you're not talking. So I think I just need to pull that little bit back a bit. There you go. Now, once that's into the space, you just need to jiggle it around until it seats itself in the connector, which that's just done. And then you want to get a little tool or screwdriver or something and just give it a push until it clicks in. So that's now seated in there. Now you can push this cable through. You can see how I've got it twisted. You can see it sits behind here because it's going to connect into the back of the board. Now what you want to do is, let's see, you need to get this built. So you need to build your nibbler with your SMA connector. Get your hex screws screwed in so they're flush and ready. You just need to have this prepped, basically, so have that ready. But now you want to take your T114, and it's generally best to connect this battery connector up first because it's blooming awkward if you try and do it whilst it's in. So just slide that in, click that into position. And then very similar to the Heltec V3, you just want to get this seated in like so. Make sure the USB connector lines up. That went in quite easy, as you can see. And then you can leave this dangling, and you can now connect your GPS connector here. And it helps to kind of hold the front of the board so you don't pop it out whilst you're trying to maneuver it. Again, little fiddly. So again, just nudge it over. There you go. And she's in. So you can see we have enough space here for our front cover to go in. But next step is now you want your antenna cable built into the nibblet, and we want to pass the SMA cable through there. And what I find is if you just twist this around to the side, and then you want to pass this just over the top of the board. So you'll see we're going to go through this gap here. You pass this through here, give it a bit of a poke. On the other side. And then we come around to the front, and you want to grab this and you want to pull it round and down the front. Now you have to make sure you got the full cable through. There you go, and it is. You can see it's perfect lengthwise to go onto the IPEX connector. There you go. That's in the right position, and then click, she's on. Now it's a case of getting the battery in. So we've got all of our cables connected. So now we want to get our battery. It's in with the cable to the top. And again, just like the old Nibbler, this cable can be pushed over the top of the little support piece that I've got up here, like so, like that. Always need an antenna on before you turn on the radio part of it. So now we have our antenna on, connect up the power. Well, you can push your GPS chip in fully as well, I forgot that bit, that's fine. Now we want to twist our cables round, tuck them in, get our back panel, slide our back panel in, then we can spin around, and then you can partly tighten your screws. I'll speed this bit up. And you want to stop just as the thread starts to poke through. So if you just back it off. And do the other one. Again, just stop just as the thread starts to come through. And now we're ready to put our front cover on. So again, just make sure that there's a gap here with the cable. And then you want to just apply it, because these little prongs go down and meet with the screws. And then it's just a case of snap the front on, and then do your screws to finish. And that is it. You have your complete Nibbler Plus with GPS.